Hi, and welcome to Cenario, your partner in mental wellness. Here on our channel, we share educational, insightful, and science-backed content to help you understand your mental health and take meaningful steps toward a more balanced life. If you're ready to learn, grow, and take control of your wellness journey, let's jump right in.
All right, let's dive right into the science of calm. We're going to be demystifying a fascinating natural compound that's getting a ton of buzz for its ability to help manage daily stress, L-theanine. Let's get to it. So, let me ask you, have you ever just felt completely overwhelmed by it all? You know, that feeling, that constant wave of pressure? Well, if you have, you're definitely not alone. And that feeling is exactly why so many of us are looking for better ways to handle it, making it the perfect place for us to start. And just to be crystal clear, this is not some small niche issue. We're talking about a challenge that affects literally millions and millions of people all across the globe. It's a deeply shared human experience, which is exactly why the search for effective natural solutions is more important now than ever before. Okay, so if that's the problem, let's begin our search for calm. This leads us straight to our subject for today. So what in the world is L-theanine? Well, put simply, it's an amino acid. You can think of it as one of the basic building blocks of protein. And you find it most often in tea leaves, particularly green tea. Here's a fun fact. Chances are you've been consuming it for years without ever even knowing its name. Now, here's what makes L-theanine so unique. It actually helps you relax without making you drowsy. The secret is its ability to increase what's known as alpha brainwave activity. The best way to picture this is that feeling of being in the zone, where you feel completely calm, but also incredibly sharp and focused. It's a pretty amazing combination. This brings us to a really crucial question. How much do you actually need for it to work? So let's get into the science of 200 milligrams and pinpoint that effective dose. This is the big question, isn't it? I mean, it's one thing to hear people talk about benefits, but what does the actual clinical evidence, the hard data, really show us? Let's dig in. And there it is, 200 milligrams. This is the number that just keeps showing up again and again in the research. It really appears to be the sweet spot, the dose that's been most consistently shown to be effective in clinical studies for anxiety relief. And look, this isn't just some random number they pulled out of a hat. At that 200 milligram level, the clinical trials show some seriously significant results. We're talking measurable reductions in stress responses, improved relaxation without that sleepy feeling, and even better sleep quality. One study even noted lower anxiety and depression scores after just 4 weeks of daily use. That's powerful stuff. And this brings us right back to the why. Remember those alpha brainwaves we were talking about? Well, this is the key. That 200 milligram dose is what's been shown to directly increase that brain activity. It's the real scientific reason behind that feeling of being calm, yet totally sharp and focused. It's the science behind the sensation. Okay, so we know the effective dose is 200 milligrams, but how do you get it? This brings us to a practical showdown. Supplements versus good old-fashioned tea. Let's compare them. When you look at your options, it really comes down to this. On one side, you have supplements. Their biggest advantage is precision and consistency. You know you're getting exactly 200 milligrams every single time. On the other side, you have tea. It's the all-natural source, which a lot of people love, but, and this is a big but, the dosage can be wildly unpredictable. This chart really puts that variability into perspective. Wow, a single cup of tea can have as little as about 150 milligrams or as much as nearly 400. So as you can see, while you can hit that 200 milligram target, it's really inconsistent. You could be way under or way over depending on the tea and how you brew it. So let's put all this great information to use. Here's a quick, practical guide for how you can actually apply this knowledge. The research really points to 2 clear strategies. First, for those acute in-the-moment stressful events, like a big presentation or a job interview, a single 200 milligram dose when you need it can be really effective. Then, for more general ongoing management, the best approach is to incorporate that same 200 milligram dose into your daily routine. But what about safety? Is it safe to take? Well, the good news here is that L-theanine has a fantastic safety profile. Studies show it's well tolerated even at doses up to 400 milligrams. That's double the recommended dose, with no significant adverse effects reported. It's considered very safe for most healthy adults. So let's do a super fast recap of the key takeaways. What is it? An amino acid from tea. How's it work? It boosts those alpha brainwaves for that relaxed alertness state. And is it safe? Yep, generally very well tolerated. And this right here is absolutely critical. So please listen up. While L-theanine is a promising tool, it is not a replacement for professional medical advice. If you have a clinical anxiety disorder or any other underlying health condition, it is essential, non-negotiable, that you speak with a healthcare professional before starting any new supplement. You know, our goal today wasn't to give you a prescription, but to give you clear, science-backed information so you can make informed choices. So now that you have the data, the final question really is for you. How will you use this knowledge in your own approach to mental well-being?
Thank you for watching Cenario. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For personalized mental wellness supplements, visit Cenario.com. See you in the next one.